Yeah, I expected a bigger turnout.
Last year there was more than this, definitely. No, you guys stay here and listen to the others speak.
That's here. Good.
I'm going to be starting the introductions here in the next 7 minutes. So
okay, that works. Good. Is this your friend that is with you?
She's my sister.
Crazy, eh?
Okay. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well, it's just the way she's talking. I thought, no, wait a minute, we better identify this, right?
It's her auntie. You want to put your sweater back on? Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm like tired.
I'd like to start off with a little bit of housekeeping. First, I'd like to say if you haven't signed the banner already on the table there, in memory of our solar systems and brothers. There are many factors that contribute to the heightened risk of violence against our Indigenous women and men. At the core of all these factors is the social and economic marginalization of our Indigenous population, which is perpetrated by these government policies that are in place today. These policies have torn apart the traditional Indigenous way of life. As a result, Indigenous families and communities are affected with high incarceration rates, extreme poverty, homelessness, prostitution, and human trafficking. Indigenous peoples in Canadian towns and cities continue to live in disadvantage compared to their counterparts, facing dramatically lower incomes and shortage of culturally appropriate support services and a government structure that has still not fully adjusted to the growing urban and rural Indigenous population. This vicious cycle of violence against women, and most certainly violence against Indigenous women, is rarely understood as a human rights issue. To the extent that governments, media, and the public do consider these concerns about violence against women, it is more frequent for it to be described as a criminal concern or a social issue. It is both of these, of course. However, it is very much of a human rights issue. Men and women abroad have the right to be safe and free from violence. When a man or woman is targeted for violence because of his or her gender or because of his or her Indigenous identity, their fundamental rights have been abused. And when he or she is not offered the same adequate level of protection because of his or her gender or because of they're simply Indigenous, those fundamental rights have been abused and really violated. The wound is deep, and there is a need to heal from these atrocities that linger in and around our Indigenous communities. In order to heal and move forward, there needs to be more awareness surrounding our missing and murdered Indigenous men, women, and children. No more stolen sisters and brothers. Thank you all for coming.
And we will always carry on the way we're going. Thank you.
So, thanking the ones who's prepared this dedication and service It's my third time bringing, I think, the pleasure, the welcoming. We'll ask our Creator, our Chichosian, grandmothers, grandfathers, for sacred directions, that you join us today. The spirits are not lost, Creator, in that gift of life that has been given. And we join our families and our loved ones across this great land, Creator, and knowing that the greatest of love keeps the spirit forever. We give you thanks for the goodness and cleanliness of the air, the snow that helps keeps us going for the season coming. We give you thanks for the altar that will take these families and our time to help us in our healing.
Siblings, cousins, friends, and peers. So I asked the students at Trek to each make a laminated feather, and with each feather represents somebody that they have lost or they have been impacted by. And the students graciously have set a memory for people that they have lost, and they allowed me to present it to the march today. And I just really want to acknowledge the strength and the resiliency of our youth within our communities. And thank them and the staff at Trek as well. And thank you for joining us today and allowing us to have this opportunity with you. Thank you.
For like a few.
Yeah, looks good. That's awesome.
I'm gonna get a picture of it too.
Hey everyone, so we're going to start the march here, and
My dear niece, to be her voice It's almost as loud as the wind. Almost. We wanted you to know that we're going to start with an honor song. When the honor song is done, Fireflies in Spirit. It's a dance troupe. Their purpose is to educate, help others understand what is happening. And boys.
Hundreds of Indigenous women murdered or missing in Canada. A haunting national disgrace with no solution in sight.
Look in the window.
Yeah, I know.
We're here.
Yeah, I know. Hi, how are you?
Here we go. Everybody's doing their picture thing now. This is pretty wild. Here you are again.
Thanks.